Hey Rebels. So yeah, there is so much tough energy going on and happening here. So what we have is overall energy that's happening is someone is mourning. Someone is either mourning, like you realize this whomever this reading is for. This person is mourning. They're either mourning now, understanding that there is a crossroad that they're at and that a decision has to be made, or someone has already went through this and potentially someone has yet to realize that this is what is going to happen. So let the surprises land where the surprises are going to land. Oh yeah, so everyone take a deep breath and exhale and do it as many times as you need. But through the reading, someone is mourning a version of themselves where they were so obliged to be ignorant of the effects of their decisions, of their choices. This is not about your remorse. This is not about your punishing yourself in what is that word that I just had? Can you please give it back to me, Spirit? Of embarrassment, of making false choices, even in this choice that needs to be made. Here we have the surrounding energy of the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Swords, which I am seeing as a pick your poison. And what makes this even more of a seem to be potentially frustrating decision is that we have the Knight of Swords. Fast action, fast talking, very ambitious, feeling that you see all points and perspectives, but nonetheless not realizing what you potentially may be overlooking in your thought process, being concerned about what you may not be seeing in your thought process. But regardless, a choice and a decision has to be made because this is a testimony to your confidence, your esteem, and what direction it is that you are not just willing with free willing able to go down, to travel, to endure what comes along with it. Because even with good and honest, selfless or selfish choices, there's going to be those who don't agree with the decisions that you have made. So what are these two paths? You're saying goodbye. There is a having to say goodbye to a union of understanding, whether this be a relationship, whether this be a job agreement, whether this be a contractual arrangement, something that you felt that you really want and that you still do want. Let's be honest about it. You was willing to go through hell and hot water for this union, for this situation, but there is something about you that one has to let this go in peace and love. Mourn this situation for the sake of yourself, your sanctity, your sanity, your security, your ability, your free space, and living less in clutter. So either you continue to hold on to it or you let it go. Second path, and where this road leads, is you going back to who it is that you've known yourself to be, to stay there, to continue to let parts of that of yourself to come back, and all the lessons that you learned to throw yourself into the emotional debate and back and forth of what's right and what's wrong, and trying to convince others of what it is that you've learned in fighting and going against yourself when it comes down to your identity, your autonomy, your sanity. And I'm not saying any of this to scare you, because if this indeed is your reading, or even for educational purposes and you feel that you can relate, for entertainment purposes and you feel that you can relate, this is no easy choice. Because as they say, as one door open, another one closed. As one door closed, another one shall open. But at the extent, to the point that you have gotten, which there is so much more far and beyond where you have reached. Once you close the door behind you, there is the option of going back, but the question is, how hard are you going to have to fight to stay there? So that was the message that Spirit wanted to give you, but of course they don't want to send you off on your way without a few little extras. Oh, I guess we're continuing. Damage. Something about this situation, A or B, is going to have you thinking back to what your potentials was beyond the day that you get this message. So take chances and assistance. And at the bottom, we have mentor. Spirit wants to be able to assist you on this journey, in this choice, in this decision. But there is something about the two separate and together that you are refusing to stand in your esteem and your confidence. To continue to have continue to have courage of your knowing and belief in yourself. So if you were to want advice, I say stick around and continue. If not, I say go about 10 seconds, 15, 20 seconds ahead of here. Looking at the 7 to the 8, you pick your poison. There's obviously anxiety down here of something that you no longer connect to. And welcome back to others. But there's obviously anxiety down here that you no longer connect to. And Spirit is saying that you are fighting against yourself and your free will. And that's what the anxiety is about. You are fighting against yourself and your free will. And what is it that you left that you can't seem to leave behind? Regardless of where you go, you won't be able to undo what you've already seen. There's no change in anything that you've learned. There's no changing other people's perspectives. And in maturing within your spiritual journey further, you will understand that sometimes and oftentimes the best way for people to learn is for you to drop the seed and then lead them to their own devices without the presence of you, your nurturing, and your being able to cater to their unawareness, what they won't see, what they have yet to see, what they may not ever see. So to be able to continue to be yourself, to be able to live this life experience as yourself, there is an importance for you to make a decision where you are able to see yourself, where you are able to live as yourself. The Spirit said, cut the losses. Yep. I'm not going to edit that out. Spirit said, cut your losses. In the timely manner that happened, it's the past. And yet, let me see. Oh, what's this? This is 2. Accept help. Slow it down. Change your tune. Top and bottom. Nothing will come of this situation. In the law of attraction. Right over, pick your poison. Your dreams need a practical plan. Whatever it is that you choose is going to be your reality. And nothing is going to be seen to be perfect so long as you are in that stage of lived reality that you have yet to been able to pull yourself back from to see what can actually happen if you do as you choose. Split the deck. And there we have the 7 of Swords again. Splitting the deck right where it slid at. And the Knight of Cups. You will be robbing yourself if you base this decision off of your emotions, off of what you see and view as your charisma, off of what you feel is your emotional offerings of vulnerability, to what you're going back to if you were to, and what you will be moving towards if you were to. Only you can understand what it is that means for you. So ultimately, the question for you is, what's next? And how many next steps do you need to actually take to see yourself move in either direction that it is that you choose? This is not about you forcing understanding or validation of others to realize what your choice has been and the choice that is made. This is only about you choosing with your actions what it is that should be done. And of course, from my message, with all respect to any parties involved, as much as you know your character allows. So rebels, I love you so much. But as always, you got to go handle your life and take care of things and make it do what you needed to do for you. As always, you only have control over yourself. And as we're realizing more and more in tarot and oracle, let the cards fall where they may lie, where they're going to land, because ultimately it's going to be what it's going to be. You have to make the best choice for yourself with whatever comes with it. Love ya. See you soon. Go Rebels.